What's up, guys? Marcellus Williams, aka TheSwolefessor, aka Lats Armstrong, here to educate you on health, fitness, and social well-being. Today we're going to be going over 5 common fitness misconceptions.
I am the greatest.
Someone look color! Someone look color! Someone look cash!
Alright guys, so this video is being done by request. Basically, like I said, we're going to be going over 5 common fitness misconceptions, and all of these are going to be related directly to physical training. So, the first one is that cardio is the key to losing weight. We already know that this isn't true. If you guys watched my previous video about, calories and macros, you understand that the key to losing weight is being in a caloric deficit. Now, cardio is important. I'm not telling you guys not to do it. It's important just for your overall health and longevity as far as your heart and your lungs. However, it is not the key to losing weight. It can help you to be in a caloric deficit, but honestly, the best way to be in a caloric deficit is just based off your nutrition, how much you're eating. Because think about it this way. If you run a mile, you'll burn approximately 100 calories, give or take. Maybe a little bit more, a little bit less, depending on your personal genetics and how hard you're working. But you can eat 100 calories back in a cup of rice. So as you can see, it's a lot easier just to not eat those calories to begin with than to try to burn them off with cardio. Cardio was never actually designed for weight loss. It's designed for your heart's health and for the health of your lung and overall cardiovascular capacity. However, the key to true weight loss is to simply build more muscle. The reason being is that the more muscle you have, then the more fat you're going to burn at rest. Alright guys, misconception number 2 is that you have to train your muscles to failure in order to build muscle. This is not true at all. Granted, training to failure can be an excellent tool to build muscle simply due to metabolic fatigue, but it's not a necessity. And the reason is, like we already went over before, the key to building muscle is progressive overload, making sure that you're doing a little bit more each time. Well, it's kind of hard to do that if you're always training to failure because you're not necessarily going to be tracking how much weight or how much you're lifting. You're just going to put some weight on there and go until you can't go anymore. That's not the best way to go about it. You can do that every now and then, and I personally do that myself every now and then because it's just a fun way to train. But it's hard to be consistent that way. Furthermore, just because you're training to failure does not automatically mean that you're progressively overloading. Let's say that you're doing squats and you do 3 sets of 15 with a certain amount of weight, and that's the most you can do is 3 sets of 15. You train to failure, right? Well, let's say you come in 2 days later, do the same thing, but because you're not fully recovered, let's say that you only got 3 sets of 12. Well, you trained to failure both days, but you didn't progressively overload on that second day. You didn't improve upon what you did last time. So, training to failure doesn't always work for building muscle because 1, it's a lot harder to recover from, and 2, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're progressively overloading. Alright guys, misconception number 3 is that some exercises tone the muscle and other exercises bulk up the muscle. This is not true at all whatsoever, guys. It's really simple and easy as this. Exercise and resistance training does one of 2 things. It either increases your muscle mass through placing a certain load on the muscle or through metabolic fatigue. That's it. All resistance exercises are designed to build muscle. There aren't some that build and some that tone. The key to being toned is, like I mentioned in a previous video, is all about your body fat percentage. Once you develop your muscles to a certain point, in order to see that muscle development, you're going to lower your body fat percentage through being in a caloric deficit so that you can see the full development of your muscles. Tone really just means that your muscles are always in a slight state of tension. Like, for example, right now, I'm not flexing, but you can kind of see some development in my bicep. That's what being toned is. My body fat is low enough to where you can see how toned I am. That's all being toned is. There aren't some exercises that bulk you up and some that tone you. So if you ever have a trainer or a program that says, oh, this exercise is going to tone you up, that's not true, guys. That's not how it works. Alright guys, misconception number 4 is that muscle soreness is always an indicator of a great workout. This cannot be further from the truth. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with getting sore from a workout. And when you first get started, you're going to get sore a lot because your body's not used to what you're doing. As well as, let's say you've been training for a while, but then you go to a different routine where you're doing different exercises, hitting the muscles in a way they're not used to. You're going to get sore from that as well. However, if you're frequently and consistently going in the gym, performing the same movements, and gradually increasing that weight, your body's going to adapt to the movements. You shouldn't be getting sore every single time after you've been training for a certain amount of time. How long that takes may depend on the individual, but me, for example, I often don't get that sore from a workout unless I, really push it by doing extra exercises that I usually don't do, or if I maybe, increase the weight more dramatically than what I usually do. And then I'll maybe feel a little bit sore from that. But overall, soreness is not necessarily a huge indicator if you had a great workout or not. And it's definitely not an indicator of muscle growth. The reason you feel sore is due to those micro tears that are happening in your muscles when you're lifting. That's where the pain's coming from. That's where the soreness is coming from. But the reason that you're going to get stronger and build muscle, once again, is progressive overload. It's all about progressive overload, guys. Muscle soreness has nothing to do with if you're necessarily growing or not. All right, guys. Misconception number 5 is really important for all my ladies out there. The misconception is that women cannot train like men and shouldn't lift heavy. This is a lie. It could not be further from the truth. I don't care who you heard it from. I don't care if your doctor told you this. It's not true. It is scientifically false. Women should not only can women train like men, but you should train like men. You should still lift as heavy as you can for a certain amount of sets and reps. You should still progressively overload because you're not gonna get bulky, girls. You're not gonna get huge. You're not gonna look like me. I don't know why you wouldn't want to look like me, but you're not going to. You're gonna get some nice muscular development. You're gonna get, thicker muscular. You're gonna get those curves, like those women that you see with the nice curves and everything like that. And I don't just mean, like kind of like the naturally thick women, but like you can tell they're built and proportionate. That's what muscle mass does for women. That's what's gonna happen to you. I actually have a couple of friends that I'll be working out with, and I'm gonna, do some videos with them for you guys so that you can see exactly what a girl looks like when she lifts heavy and spends time in the gym training consistently and progressively overloading. So women don't have to train any differently than men. So there is no, none of this nonsense with like, oh gosh, you lift heavy. Women, lightweight, lots of reps. Once again, that's not going to do anything for you because you get to a point where if you're just doing like, 15, 20 reps, you're not even really working for muscle growth at that point. That's more muscular endurance, which is good for your health, but it's not going to do much for you in terms of actually changing your body composition. So understand that, women. Under no circumstances should you ever feel like you're going to get too bulky because that's just not going to happen naturally. Alright guys, so that's it for this video. If you guys really enjoyed it or liked it, then I can always do more videos like this. Just leave a comment down below of what the next top 5 of anything you want to see and I'll definitely get down to it. Till then, guys, like, subscribe. Remember, keep it simple, specific, scientific, and I'll catch you later.
I am the greatest.
Come on, look